All right, hey there, everybody. Um, you know, I there are certain things that can hold your Trek credentials in question. Now, and these people, see, what I don't understand is why these people feel it's necessary to claim that they like Star Trek, since that's a kind of dorky thing to do anyway. Most people would say, I hate that show. If someone really likes Star Trek, then um, you can generally tell, right? So, for example, there's some things that that always kind of point these people out. One of them is the track thing. Star Trek. Don't say that. I mean, no one who's a real Trekkie Trekker, and I'm not even going to go into the Trekkie Trekker debacle. um, right now, because everybody knows it's Trekkie. Um, I might get some comments about that probably. Um, but all you're really proving there is that you don't know how to read. If you've actually seen the show printed anywhere, or you know, watched the intro of 30 seasons of like 726 episodes, I mean, it's just, you're usually dead to a real Trek person as soon as you say that. Everything you say is sort of irrelevant. Um, or asking questions that just like you're sitting down, you're watching Star Trek with some people, and oh, hey man, I remember watching yada yada. I love this. Okay, and somebody will always say something like, "Now, which one's the Wesley Crusher anyway? Or who's Wesley Crusher anyway?" Dude, then yeah, that's the second bullet down the barrel right there. I mean, you can't be a Trekkie slash Trekker and not know who Wesley Crusher is. Everybody knows who Wesley Crusher is. And if you're claiming to be a Trekkie slash Trekker, you'd better know who Wesley Crusher is, and you'd better refer to the show as Star Trek, not Trek. Look up the word Trek. I believe it's one of the only words in English that's derived from Afrikaans. Look up the definition of Trek, and it'll make sense. Okay? It's even worse when this person's wearing a shirt that says Star Trek on it with the symbol or whatever from the new movie, and they say Trek. I mean, come on. Um, uh, or there's other little like um, things. Um, what I tend to like I should be able to point out any given episode of um, Next Generation, right? If you're a real Trek person, you remember the one where they put Data on trial and this and that and the other, and you're like, no, I mean, it'd be weird for you not to have seen that episode if you're into the show. I mean, it's been airing every day since it was on the air, or since it was canceled at least. I mean, it's been it's been like 20 years or something. I mean, it's been airing on TV for 20 years somewhere. Like, it's probably on now. You know. I also I don't understand why people again would claim to be. I guess because they want to be like part of your thing, or they want you to think they're cool in some way, or what have you. But it's not the kind of show that you can think your way through, or fake your way through, I should say. You would be spotted quickly. Now, I've never been to a convention. I have been to a convention. It wasn't for Star Trek, but I did go to a convention for a show I liked once, and it was weird to me. So I don't necessarily. I think that might be going a little bit. I'm just going to the convention and enjoying it. Then again, I used to go to Renaissance festivals. I mean, in costume and everything. So I don't know. Maybe it was this particular convention, but I wouldn't say your Trek credentials are in question if you've never been to a convention. I don't necessarily think that's required of a fan, and those things just suck money out of you anyway. So get the episodes and watch them. Enjoy that. Spend your money on other stuff, like guitars or guns or alcohol or drugs or whatever your poison is. Don't. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you've never been to a convention, you're fucktard. It just that again, there's a line there that's okay to stay on one side of for me, but I don't know. I just can't. I just get so tired of the Trek posers. Really tired of them. I don't really know what else to say about it. We can't be watching DS9 and you go, oh, Odo can change shapes? I didn't know he could do that. Well, then you're not as diehard into the show as you claim to be, dude, because, come on. Or, why is Data's hair and skin and eyes like that? Come on, man. You're gonna have to, if you're gonna fake your way through Star Trek, you better do your research, You better, if you're gonna be trying to be a real Trekkie or Trekkie / Trekker, you have to do some crunches, You have to cram some information in your head, maybe watch some maps of everything. And this might be a little bit off topic, but I think I've talked enough about that, and you people who are Trekkie / Trekkers, Trekkins, you guys who are Trekkins, you know what I mean. There's other stuff, it's too much to name. Why are these guys fighting? Are the humans enemies with the Klingons? Are the humans enemies with the Romulans? Oh, who's that guy? Oh, stuff on this place with the orange stripes isn't real. Then come on. You're just. I thought earlier. I had a thought that. That think about Deep Space Nine. Deep Space Nine was more about character development and stuff like that. Character growth and such, and setting up certain things to change the map a little bit. And then a lot of interpersonal relationships and stuff like that. And you think about Next Generation, and Next Generation is more dry in that way, a lot less character development. I mean, there obviously was some character development, especially on say, Wesley and Data's part. Worf started to grow really well when he was a much better character for Deep Space Nine than Next Generation. I think he wasn't very well written in Next Gen. I mean, I like the guy though. He's alright, but I guess that's why I'm such a fan of the original series. Next Gen's sort of about just kind of having a neat episode and not there's a two-parter here and there, but for the most part they just do something kind of neat every week rather than work on relationships too much or anything like that. And of course, again, there's some of that, but a lot less than say Deep Space Nine and even Voyager. And they did do some cool stuff in Voyager, although Voyager was again not very well written in a lot of ways. It's a good show. I like it now. It took a bit to grow on me, but it's pretty good. But the original series does a good job of setting up interpersonal relationships by limiting the characters that are in those interpersonal relationships. Basically, like Bones and Spock and Kirk kind of form one person, one mind. Like, they represent different parts of one entity very well, and you continue to see their friendship grow, and their friendships grow a bit with the other crew members here and there. And they kind of do something cool every week, back when it was airing. You say, well, what are they going to do? This is a relatively adventure-packed show with good character development. And again, you could almost say the same thing about Voyager for the most part. Because there were a lot of episodes of the original series that could have been better too, but for the most part it was very well written. I guess so far I'm liking the new movies. I can see why they would want to reboot things, and maybe, there's always, I guess, potential of another TV show in that. But who really knows what's gonna work out? And those are basically the thoughts I have right now. So just I'm pretty sure if you have Netflix, you can get most of Star Trek, all the series, more or less. That's very convenient. Anyway, goemonronin signing off.